your attention, please. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
For Fifth Form! Give it up for Fifth Form! Yeah! I saw the thing set. That was... I know you all enjoyed that. Don't worry, you're going to see Fifth Form again. You're going to see us again. You're going to see us again. Woo! Yes, our ancestors brought with them their wastes. Some of us ain't have, I don't have wastes, right? But we saw a little display and you're going to get more later. So you have to stick around for the entire program. But give it up one more time for our Form 5 students. Now we're going to invite our Form 3 Majestics. The Form 3 Majestics, or just Form 3, they're going to come and do a poem for us. Our third Form students. Oh! See, that's why I just wear glasses, because, you know, sometimes I don't see so well. Why, thank you so much, Miss Huggins. Before the third Form students grace us with their poem, we're going to have a dance by Miss Sapphire Maynard. I told you all to have more dance. So welcome Miss Sapphire to the stage. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Sophia. Wow. I mean, you saw how she twirled and put her foot up in the air. And, woo, flexible. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt it because then we're going to have to end up having me transferred to the ambulance. So thank you, Sophia, for that lovely dance. And now we're going to ask our third form Majestics to come to the stage as they do their poem for us. And immediately after the poem, we're going to have our first set of goodie bag giveaways. Are you ready?
Independent. We are beautiful island. Standing strong atop our chains, broken by emancipation.
We are independent.
Made strong by a past of adversity and struggles.
We are independent.
A culture as unique and rich as the melanin that darkens our skins.
We are independent.
Unwavering in the face of many storms, we stand alone but as one.
We are independent.
A nation laid back but striving for change regardless of what others may say. We are independent.
For independence come not by chance, but by will, and we are willing. Happy 39 Independence, St. Kitts and Nevis.
I must say that, you know, the first and the third formers are showing up the fifth formers by saying their poem out of their heads. However, I'm going to say that, the free farmers have SBAs, yeah? So, now we're going to start with our first set of questions. Now, okay. So how is it gonna work? The persons that, yeah. So I'm gonna, the first questions, the question has 9 answers. If one person can get all 9, then you get a special goodie bag. But if you are answering individually, you're going to get a small goodie bag. So the first question is, and you have to come up and answer on the mic. This is not class, so you have to come up. What are the names of our 9 parishes? And when I say 9, I'm specific to the island of St. Kitts. Come on up. All right. You got to tell us your name.
Daniel Petrie.
So Danielle, all right, and she's going to answer all 9? All right, so she's going to tell us all 9 parishes. So for those of us who didn't know,
St. George, Trinity.
let's listen, please.
St. George, Trinity. St. Thomas, St. Anne, St. Paul, St. John. Christ Church, St. Mary, St. Peter.
Wonderful. I don't know them out my head, so I had to be back checking. Okay. Goodie bag. So you can either take this or... All right. No food in this thing. I have no money. All right. Next question before we go into we continue with our program. So you have to answer, this question has 2 parts. What does the term Liamiga mean? And what does the term Wali mean? Come. So tell us your name.
My name is Jahari Francis.
So what does Liamiga mean?
Liamiga means our land of beauty, our fertile land.
Okay, thank you. And what does Wali mean?
Our beautiful waters.
That's correct. So you heard him? So Liamiga means fertile land and Wali means? Wonderful. Okay, so you can something small. All right, so that's it for now. I'm going to come back with the goodie bag. And now we're going to welcome Form 2 to the stage, and they're going to perform a monologue for us. Form 2, I welcome you to the stage to perform your monologue.
Look back, look around, look forward. One quiet afternoon, I sat on the foot of my bed, thinking about our independence theme and reminiscing about the years gone by. My solitude was suddenly interrupted by my vibrating phone. I looked at the phone and realized it was Emeka calling me. and slowly let out a breath before answering. By A, me did too sorry me answer me phone ya. Emeka, what TikTok ya come disturb me about this good afternoon ya? Good Independence Day, ya come disturb me about TikTok? What you mean you don't understand what is meant by independence? You see, if you did only pay attention in social science class, instead of giving Miss Huggins trouble, you would not hear asking them stupid questions here. Anyway, Emeka, me no want hear nothing about on your TikTok dance. So here ya, me I go tell you about independence, and then you could do independence TikTok and what you learn. So grab a book and a pen and make notes for your TikTok video. So right now, we're going to look back, look around, and then look forward. Years ago, England owned many Caribbean islands, and St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla were part of it. Yes, Emeka, England is the place where the Queen died 2 Thursdays ago. Stop interrupt me, no man, so you don't make the thing too long and drawn out. The islands owned by England were called colonies. I don't know you, Emeka would have asked me what I mean by colonies, yeah? Colonies simply mean these islands were controlled by England, although she is far away. Just like your father controls you, telling you where to go, who to talk to, and even what to eat and where. You get it now? Okay, let me continue. St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla had one government with the head office in St. Kitts, as it was the largest of the three. Even though they were small, they did not like being controlled by England. Just like children, they would act out, letting Mother England know that they wanted to be on their own and make their own decisions. England, doing what mothers do, refused. Instead, she tried to explain to them that they were too small and would not be able to support themselves, so they have to continue singing, God Save Our Gracious Queen. Emeka, were you really learning at primary school, eh? This is the national anthem for England, which meant all her colonies had to sing it as well. Okay. I'm going to sing it for you, but only one verse.
God save our great. God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen.
As you know, what you, Emeka, now learn none in school. It's cause you're very out of order. But God must stop tired of them and sing God Save the Queen. He get fed up and nobody save her. See, she dead now. Let me see what they're gonna sing. Like God really up there, I think them foolishness. Anyway, I guess you know about the Labour Party. Yes, Emeka, I know they got the PAM Party too. No, miss, they not had no PLP. That just accompanied the scene in 2013. In 1960, though, the Labour Party was in power. Mr. Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw was the leader. Where he come from? Girl, you sure you from St. Paul's? Mr. Bradshaw was adamant that St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla be allowed to control their own affairs, and he fought England tooth and nail to make this a reality. Girl, what happened? You 3 or 13? You really think Mr. Bradshaw bite and nail up the Queen? No. He fought through letters to the Queen. Emeka, watch here. Just listen and stop asking me more questions. You hear me? Queen Elizabeth II, or the Prime Minister, whichever one got so fed up of Mr. Bradshaw egging them that the decision was made to grant the colonies some freedom. On February 27, 1967, statehood was granted to the colonies. A big achievement this was for them. As colonies, no more they were, but instead were now an associated state. England no longer controlled internal affairs. That was now their responsibility. England, though, retained control over foreign affairs, business with the outside world, taxes, and customs. No, Emeka, they stopped singing God Save the Queen. They now had a new national anthem and flag. The new anthem was Great Trinity of Islands. Nobody asks, I'm going to sing it for you.
Great Trinity of Islands, set in an azure sea, St. Kitts, Nevis, Anguilla, we pledge our lives to thee. God grant we keep our cherished land, united, great, and free.
Honorable Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw therefore became the first Premier of the Associated States. Yes, Emeka, I know a little bit more about statehood, but this ain't the time. I want to move on to independence. Even though Mr. Bradshaw was now the Premier, he had no intention of giving up on his goal: independence for St. Kitts and Nevis. Up until his untimely death in 1978, he was still petitioning the Queen for our independence. Paul Southwell, Dominican by birth, as the deputy, continued the struggle for independence. This proved too much for him, and he too died 1 year later in 1979. Honorable Lee Llewellyn Moore took over as leader. His leadership was short-lived though, as the government changed in 1980. History was made in St. Kitts and Nevis as it was the first coalition government. Yes, Emeka, since around 1971, Anguilla asked England if she could be removed from statehood and revert to being a colony. And before you ask me what I mean by coalition government, let me tell you. It means that representatives from two political parties formed the government: the People's Action Movement, PAM, and the Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, were the two parties that merged, forming the government. Girl, you really ain't know nothing. Mr. Simeon Daniel was the then leader of NRP. What happened to Labour? Some other time I will tell you about Labour. Even though the stalwarts or freedom fighters were long dead, their work was not. The new coalition government took up the mantle and continued the fight. Finally, England, after being under pressure for so many years, surrendered. On the 19th of September, 1983, 39 years ago, St. Kitts and Nevis became an independent nation. The then Premier, the Honorable Kennedy Alphonse Simmons, became the first Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. What? If ain't the right honorable? No, miss. At that time, he was neither right nor left, just honorable. That title was given to him by Queen Elizabeth II sometime after independence. Our national anthem was changed for the second and final time. We were blessed with our beloved O Land of Beauty, written by Kenrick Georges. And yes, I will sing one verse for you.
O land of beauty, O country where peace abound, thy children stand free. On the strength of will and love, with God in all our struggles, St. Kitts and Nevis be a nation bound together with a common destiny.
All Also, we got a new flag depicting the colors green, yellow, black, with 2 white stars in the center and red, designed by Miss Idris Lewis. The green depicts our fertile land. The yellow, year-round sunshine. Black, our African heritage. And the 2 white stars, hope and liberty, our St. Kitts and Nevis. The red represents our fight for freedom from colonialism and slavery to independence. After the general elections in 1984, the coalition government was no more. The PAM party had won enough seats to form the government on their own. 11 years later, in 1995, the government changed hands once again. The Labour Party, ably led by Dr. Denzil Llewellyn Douglas, was returned to power until 2015. Yes, Emeka. Dr. Douglas also hails from St. Paul's. After 20 years, history repeated itself and the Labour Party's reign came to an end. Labour lost the 2015 general elections to Team Unity. For the second time in history, a coalition government was at the helm. This time, the government was formed by 3 political parties: PLP, People's Labour Party, PAM, People's Action Movement, and CCM, Concerned Citizens Movement. The Team Unity government was headed by Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris. He became the 3rd Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. His reign lasted until 2022. On August 6th, following the August 5th general elections, Dr. Terence Michael Drew was sworn in as the 4th Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. Yes, Emeka, Labour has once again formed the government. What you say? If I think the Prime Minister doing a good job? Well, dearie, 2 things me have to say about that. 1, it is way too early to pass judgment. And 2, my mother always tell me, shut mouth no catch no fly. And fishes live by the mouth, they die by the mouth. Emeka, let me just watch and see what the government gonna do. For now, let's refocus, recreate, and redesign for Independence 39.
Thank you, ladies. And that monologue was filled with a lot of history. You know, I learned some stuff. I'm sure you did too. How many of you was it the first time you heard the national anthem on the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla? But it was the first time for me. And so I learned something today. And you can always... I'm waiting on the performers, especially Form 5 success, to settle down. Yes, I'm looking at you, darling. Now, during the monologue, all of my questions were answered. I don't know if they looked at... Oh! I was showing you all the people! I don't know if they saw my questions because they gave out a lot of my answers. All right, so our next question, this is for the geography students. What is the name of the largest peak on the island of St. Kitts, and how high is it in meters? I'm going to repeat. What is the name of the largest peak on the island of St. Kitts, and how high is it in meters? I'm waiting for my volunteers. Who is coming up to the stage? No one? Do I have to throw out my question to the teachers? So nobody knows the highest, or you know the highest, but you don't know how high. Okay, if you just know one part of the answer, you can still come on up. What is the highest peak on the island of St. Kitts? All right, somebody's coming. For a bit there, I thought no one was coming. What's your name?
Denija Matthew.
Go ahead, tell us.
Mount Lyamiga.
Yes. So she said Mount Lyamiga. Take something from the goodie bag. So Mount Lyamiga, what was it formerly known as before it had that name? Mount Misery. See, Principal Jackson know the thing. How high was it? Any teacher? Any teacher? You know how high it was? How high is it? I'm seeing Miss Woodley. Miss Woodley is coming to the stage. She's taking her time. She's modeling. Oh.
3,792 feet.
I asked for it in meters. But she's correct, and in meters, it's 1,156 meters. Right? Okay, let me ask an easy question so I could get back your attention. Now, so this question has 3 parts. What is the official language of St. Kitts and Nevis? What? You can't answer yet. You got to wait. What is the official language of St. Kitts and Nevis? What is our official currency? And what is the country code? Official language, official currency, and country code. Come on up. I realize only the lower secondary school children coming up. Come. Go ahead, what's your name?
Anthony Lewis.
Go ahead.
Our official language? Our official language is English, and the number 869 and EC dollars.
Okay, thank you. Come, take something off the good. Take something. All right, so we are moving along. I am expecting to see some representatives from the senior school later. Now we are going to welcome the Form 5 students again. We're going to put your hands together for Form 5, and they're going to come and do a dance for us. They gave you a little taste earlier, and now you're going to get the real thing. Form 5. Dance has always been an integral part of our culture. Yeah, y'all want to see me dance? Y'all gonna pay for that. Yeah. Yeah, you gonna pay. Now we are winding down. We're getting to the end of our program. Have you been enjoying yourself so far? Yes, have you been learning about your country? Yeah. And so now we are going to invite Form 4 to model for us. So Form 4, the stage is yours.
All right, everyone, we are going to have just a mini fashion show for you. And we are going to look at the colors within our national flags. But allow me to take the opportunity to apologize that yellow is missing for today. So we begin with green, and we start with Miss Divine Morris. The green alludes to the country's lush, fertile land. Our lands are crowned with the historic balsad foundations and remnants from our sugar cane era. Divine is sporting a beautiful body silhouette gown with ruffled tops and bottom. Then we have Miss Karen Burt wearing white. And we know the white in our flag represents hope and liberty. Wearing black, we have Miss Jalencia Webster. The black epitomizes the people's African origin. Then we welcome Miss Sabrina French, again in white. Another fun fact, the 2 stars in our flag are also a representation of our 2 islands, St. Kitts and Nevis. And finally, Miss Alia Buchanan in red. Red evokes the fight against slavery to colonialism. Ladies and gentlemen, take your final looks. We have Divine Morris in green, Karen Burt in white, Jalencia Webster in black, Sabrina French in white, and Alia Buchanan in red.
Give it up, give it up, give it up for CEMSS top models and your host.
And we have one surprise for you when the girls exit the stage. Welcome to my husband.
Give it up, give it up.
Well, CEMSS is a place of multi-talented individuals. I thought Jamaat could only do hurdles, but I was mistaken. I think we have to let the administration know we need a top model show later this school year. And we have to have boys and girls. We can't limit it to the girls. That was amazing. Thank you, Form 4. So we are to the end of the official part of our program. Give it up for yourselves. Clap for your classmates, your students. We are here at the official end of our program. And I have one more goodie bag question. I'm going to make it an easy one because I realized that, maybe before I had been a bit too tough on you. So I'm going to make it very easy. I'm going to actually do 2 questions. So the first one, yes, you have to come to the stage. What is give me the name of the national bird of St. Kitts and Nevis. I say come to the stage. So we want to thank her for her enthusiasm, but since she has been here before, we're going to give someone else an opportunity.
The brown pelican.
The brown pelican, is she correct? Yes. Take something from the goodie bag. Okay. And the last question. So we are going to go over to our sister aisle. I'm not going to ask the measurements. So you have to come to the stage. If you came already and you see someone else coming, give them that opportunity, please. What is the name of the highest point in Nevis? Bonus points if you can tell me how high it is. You want me to repeat the question? So the question is, how high is the tallest peak in Nevis? And bonus, if you can tell me how high it is in meters. That's okay, come, you're already here. So what, you want to know part A? You want to know part A, the highest point? The name? Yes, okay, so give me that. So give me the name of the highest point in Nevis.
Nevis Peak.
Is she correct? And that was so easy. Nevis Peak. And you are here to tell me how high it is?
985 meters. 985 meters.
985 meters. Give him a round of applause. All right. Now, with every program that we put on here at the Charles E. Mills Secondary School, we have a lot of persons behind the scenes that go into that work. I want to thank all the classes from Form 1. What did Form 1 do? A poem, and they did it out of there. And that was so impressive. And then second form, what did second form do for us? They did a monologue, and we learned a lot. I mean, that monologue was hot, right? And so I want to thank the second form as well as first form and their teachers who would have worked together with the students to bring about that. And let's go to third form. What did third form do? They did a dance as well as a poem, yes. And we want to thank third form as well as their hardworking teachers who would have ensured that their students did so well. And then fourth form, we just saw fourth form. What did they do for us? And you enjoyed that, didn't you? And so we also want to thank the fourth form students as well as their teachers for a job well done. And then fifth form, what did fifth form do for us? So we did a poem and we also did, yes. And so you see, you're a part of a school that is filled with talent. There is something for all of us to do. We also want to thank Miss Heiliger for leading this morning's devotion, because we know without God, we cannot do anything. We need God in every aspect of our lives. Before we end, I'm going to ask you to stand, and we're going to sing our school song. We're going to stand and sing our school song. That's everybody standing both on the inside and the outside. My sons, my wonderful sons. Okay. I need somebody to take the mic from me because unless we want to rain, we want rain. Because if I sing, we're definitely going home half day. All right, so we're going to all sing together after 3. Wait. Let me put it over here. The fifth formers, them ready. So after 3, 2, 3. Child's emails, let me hear you loud. Yes, secondary. May we forever shout your name in press. Child's emails. Secondary, wherever we go, we'll find our anthem raised. Bless and keep our faithful teachers, whoever failed to drill the students' creed. For with respect, good discipline, and self-assurance, undoubtedly we are destined to succeed. Let me hear you loud, child's emails. Secondary. Secondary, wherever we go, we endeavor, mindful of our mission to inculcate the positive and best, developing nurturing well-rounded individuals, making all who come the envy of the rest. Child's emails. May we, child's emails, wherever we go, we'll find our anthems raised. The chorus again, child's emails. Secondary, may we, your name in praise. Secondary, wherever we go. You see the clouds coming out? You see the clouds coming? That was wonderful singing. I'm now going to bring our principal, Mrs. Jackson, to give her remarks and announcements.
You may have your seats. You may have your seats for just a few more minutes. Those in the back, you may have your seat. Thank you for being so obedient. Good morning, CEMSS. Good morning. Okay, you're here. Eagers? 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 Now we're talking. Good. Now you're bringing the energy. I love it. Now, we would have been here. We would have been here for most of the morning enjoying our patriotic program. We had a bit of technical difficulty, some delays, and our featured speaker had an emergency, so he couldn't be here either. However, put your hands together. Put your hands together for an excellent execution of our nation's history and patriotism. Put your hands together. Better than that, yes? Put your hands together. Nice. I must extend gratitude to our cheerleader who, as per usual, did an exceptional job. Put your hands together for Miss Wilson. Yes. I love the goodie bags. Yes, there's always a goodie bag, and she's always exhilarated. Next time, Miss Wilson, I want you to dance, and I want you to sing. Thank you very much. Okay, so just a few notices. You listening? Okay, good. Now, today, we've spent much more time than we intended to. However, we'll still allow you to have your rest and your relaxation time, and then you return after lunch to official classes. Now listen to the instruction though, listen carefully. When you go back to your classes in a few, you're going to reorganize your spaces. You understood me clearly? Do not fling down the chair. Place it where it is supposed to go properly. Fix back your classes. The hall needs to be reorganized as well. So we have to make sure that all of that is done before you come out for your break, lunch break. You're going to lunch pretty early, but we need to settle the school and get back into the academics this afternoon. Now in terms of the bell, I know teachers are wondering what is going to happen. This afternoon, we will only be having, let's say, 2.5 hours for teaching in the afternoon. Okay, great. So we will proceed with the normal flow of the afternoon sessions, which means we will pick up after lunch. Whatever sessions you will have after lunch, and thereafter is the sessions that you will have for the rest of the day, which is 4 and 5. Everybody clear on that? I apologize for time lost for some subject areas, but we have to proceed as per usual. Okay, shh, shh. Now last week, I want you to put your hands together for your year heads and your form teachers and all those who assisted with the preparation of the treat. You enjoyed your treat? Nice. You enjoyed your treat first, fam? No? I know some of you ain't accustomed to nothing. But for those who are accustomed to things, you enjoy your treat? Nice. 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 Okay, so, shh. I'm going to do a survey now, a public survey, to ask you if next year we should do the treat the same way. No? Oh. Oh. So what you want next year? No. Listen. Shh. Shh. Listen. If we are celebrating our nation's independence, we are not going to give you fries and chicken. We are not going to give you pizza. You get that from your mommy and your daddy. That's good for them. Okay, somebody said they want pasta. We got an Italian now. Pasta. Huh? You want what? Chicken and vegetables? Seasoned rice, chicken and vegetables. What you want? This one over here want lobster, he going fishing. What you want? Seafood. Some persons are allergic, remember? Yeah. Okay, so shh. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because remember, shh. We are not, everybody listening? Everybody listening? Thank you. Thank you very much. We are not competing. The treat is prepared for you, not for us. And we are not cooking what we like, but we want to make sure that you enjoy your treat. So I'm going to ask the form teachers and the year heads to get the information from you in terms of what you prefer. Of course, you will suggest to us, and if it is appropriate, we will make accommodation. If it is not, it's not going to happen. The fast food is not an option, okay? But we are going to make sure that whatever is prepared, you will enjoy, instead of wasting the government's money. Huh? Okay. Dorencia said, make the pie cheesy. Okay. All right, so we will make sure you enjoy that next year. Now, listen up. Shh. We have, I'm going to say this to you. I haven't even discussed it with the staff, but because we're in this gathering and we will not meet again for the rest of the week in a general setting, please tell your parents that we will be having community PTAs. Which means we are coming to your community, we are visiting your homes. Yes. Okay, so listen up. Shh. We are going to be at the first one is in Newton Ground Primary School. And then, because we have some issues with some students from Newton Ground. And then we go to St. Paul's. Then we come back to Sandy Point. And then after that, we have a general PTA. Okay? So, shh. Okay, you start up again. Listen. We know, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've been out of touch with your parents. Most of them weren't able to come into the school. We had many virtual meetings last year. And so we really want to interact with the community. We want to make sure that we give the relevant feedback. We want to know exactly where you come from. We want to know more about you. And we want to meet your parents where they're at. So please tell them that that will be happening. I'll be giving you the letters and the dates to distribute, okay? The first one is Newton Ground, second one St. Paul's, third one Sandy Point, and then the general. In addition, Naima, take out the lollipop. In addition, we'll be having a breakfast fundraiser. If I'm remembering the date correctly, it's the 21st of October. A breakfast fundraiser, 21st of October. That's a Saturday morning, right? I think so. I think it's 21st, yeah. So please start telling your parents that the school is seeking their support with the breakfast fundraiser. That is our only major fundraiser for the term. Now, students, listen up again. After 6 to 7 weeks, the first mark sheet is going to close. Yes, so start counting the weeks. I don't have the dates with me, but as soon as I get them, I'm going to share them with you. But I'm reminding you to settle down and start working. Rangelica, that's your name? Rajanica, whatever it is. Stop snickering. Now, settle down. Get serious about your work. If you recognize Although we no longer have the A1, A2, A3, A4, your academic performance is still very important and critical to your future. And some of you still joking. Settle down as of now. Get your work done. Do your practice at home. Do your revision. It's very, very serious. Nobody should be all over the place. FIFAM, there's somewhere for you to go. If you don't have a subject at the time, find that space. Nobody should be walking about the school as though they're lost. Okay, so the breakfast is the 22nd, not the 21st, sorry. 22nd October, yes. Okay, so let me remind you again. We want to see better grades. And those of you who like to come to me, come ask for walk up and boom boom room and fet and all sort of story. We need to see better grades. How many of you saw your report for last term? Raise your hand. I know those for grade 6 who just came in. I don't know if you saw yours, but how many in CEMSS saw your report? Okay, take down your hands. How many of you are comfortable, are pleased with your performance? That's still a little bit of hands. Okay, so shh. When we check, we will know who've made the principals. We'll know who made the principals list and who made the honor roll. Some of you satisfied with your little 60%. No. Do better. Do better. And some of you went into the exams and you ain't studied nothing. You came to school blind, deaf, and me calling the other one. Study and do what is required of you. How many of you plan to do better this term? I'm hearing some me. Good. Kazeli, you too? Okay, good. Do better. Do better. It is important. The world is getting more and more competitive. This is serious, critical time. And I keep telling you all over and over, we have persons here on step with 7 and 8 general subjects, with math and English, working for $360 or whatever it is per week. It is serious. People are trying to get jobs, and if you don't have the qualifications, you're going to be pushed aside. And qualifications don't only mean academics. Those of you who are doing the skill subjects, push yourself in the skilled area as well. Get something. Acquire something that you could use so that at the end of the day, girls, you don't have to beg no who. You don't have to beg who? No man. Hey. You don't have to beg no? You said it. I like it. Independent woman. You don't have to beg anybody. You don't have to wait on anybody for any handout. Work for what you want. Work for what you want? Nice. Guidance counselor?
Good morning, everyone. I am here to announce that the previous student council has been dissolved, and we are now into elections. How many of you are interested in becoming the Prime Minister of St. Kitts? All right. So if you are interested, running for student council is a good place to start. So this year, what we are going to be doing, we're going to be running on a party system. Students from year 1 to year 4 have an opportunity to run. If you are interested in being the president, you can organize your party. Your party would consist of you, the president, the vice president, a PRO, secretary, treasurer. All right? So you would choose who you would like to run. Somebody is competing with me. All right, I see you all are getting excited, but we need to get the names and of your party who is running with you. All right, students, outgoing students, I hope that talking is about the elections. Okay. All right, so wait so you get all the information. All right. Students who were previously in the student council last school year can also run. This year, not fifth formers because they have their exams, SBAs, so students from year 1 to year 4. Whoever. Now, the key is somebody must represent year 1, somebody must represent year 2, somebody must represent year 3, somebody must represent year 4. So all of you newcoming students year 1, you are also eligible to run. So please get your party, get your campaign going, get your flyers going. We want this to be a party system. All right, and this is good for your resume, going off to sixth form, going off to colleges, going off to be Prime Minister of the Federation, whatever, even running for parliamentary representative. So start right now. Represent your students. All right, so please contact us at the Guidance Counseling Department. Those of you who are ready, get your party ready. All right, Eagles, holla!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opportunities for leadership. Charles E. Mills Secondary School Student Council. An opportunity for leadership. Take up the opportunity. Remember, she said it's a party system. So get your leaders together who are your friends and ensure that you have your party together. Now we are going to dismiss. So I'm going to allow first form to go through. You may go.